And all agreement which is enforceable at law, or every agreement and promises which is enforceable by law, is a contract. Now you understand what is a contract?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, very good. Please ask.
Sir, sir, please
Yes.
brief us about what you are talking about the subject. Actually, I have a problem that
Mhm.
I can't understand which topic you have discussed. First, give us
Actually,
the introduction about the.
okay, okay. I am starting the Indian Contract Act. Okay, the Indian Contract Act is in your syllabus in the first unit. Indian Contract Act is there, and I am discussing Indian Contract Act. Under Indian Contract Act, I am trying to make you understand what is a contract. So before understanding contract, you should understand what is an agreement and what is its enforceability. And before understanding agreement, you should understand what is the promise. And before understanding promise, you should understand what is offer and acceptance. All these terms I have made you clear. So wherever you are facing any difficulty, please tell me.
Sir, actually, I have a doubt
Yes,
that
ask.
please told us the entire syllabus about what is the what topic you have covered in this chapter.
Okay. In this
That is
chapter,
the
is
issue.
it, actually, if all of you have the syllabus with you, all of you have the syllabus with you, or I will discuss
Yes,
the syllabus.
yes,
Yes, yes,
yes,
Okay.
we have.
Yes,
All of you have the syllabus. Then in the
yes,
first
yes,
unit,
yes,
then
sir.
in the
yes, yes,
We
first
sir.
have.
unit, you see.
Yes, we have.
you-
We all have the syllabus.
okay. So in the syllabus, you see the first unit, that is Indian Contract Act. Under Indian Contract Act, we'll understand what is the contract and how it is enforceable. That means what are the elements, basic elements of the contract. That means if these basic elements will be satisfied, then an agreement will be contract. That will make you understand, particularly in today's class. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, very good. Uh,
Sir,
now,
sir,
yes.
what is the basic difference between promise and agreement?
Okay. So you see, actually, whenever we are promising any person, that is what we are promising any person, then another person is giving also another promise. That means, suppose what I am interested to sell you my old bike for 30,000, and you are accepting that. That means you are also what making a promise. I am also making a promise. I am making a promise to sell you my bike for 30,000, and you are also making a promise that you are also interested to take my bike for 30,000. Here you see there is what a set of promises. So every promise and every set of promises forming consideration for each other. That means what? Both the parties should have certain consideration. What is my consideration is 30,000 rupees. What is your consideration is my bike, right? So if there will be what and what if there will be a promise made by one party, and the another party has accepted that promise. Okay, accepted that promise. That means both the parties have given what made promises. So every promise and every set of promises forming consideration for each other. That means there should be consideration for each other. For you also there will be one consideration. For me there should be also one consideration. Then only it will become an agreement, right? And what is a promise? If we try to understand, then a promise is nothing but it is
Sir,
that
sir,
means
sir,
when, yes.
agreement, please describe again.
And
Agreement.
you see, every promise and every set of promises forming consideration for each other is an agreement. Okay, it has been defined by the section 2 subsection E of Indian Contract Act, that every promise and every set of promises forming consideration for each other, that is a promise. But to understand the promise, we need to what understand what is offer and what is acceptance. Offer means what? Any proposal given by a person to another person. And acceptance means the person to whom the offer has been given, if he accept it, accept the terms of the offer, then that is called acceptance. So agreement is nothing but the composition of a two things, that is offer and acceptance. Okay, able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that means an agreement is made when an offer is accepted, when an offer or a proposal is accepted by another party, right?
Sir,
And
may I ask
if
something?
yes,
Yeah. Sir, actually, I'm asking that the agreement it is having a time limit that you have to complete it to this time, or the contract is having the time limit.
uh, you see the contract, it depends upon the nature of the agreement. If the,
Okay. Okay.
whether it is whether it will be a continuing contract. Actually, I
Mm.
am just giving you certain examples.
Right.
Suppose you have entered into an agreement with Mr. X to supply you the what your daily consumables for 1 year. It is a continuing contract, right? So there is no time limit. That means for entire year it will continue. But whenever we are making any contract for a specific time period, suppose Mr. X entered into an agreement with Mr. Y to supply him only 100 kilo of rice on 21st September 2025. Then that shall be the time, specified time of the contract. But other contract which I have given the example, that is a continuing contract. Okay, that means a contract can be of a different variety depending upon the nature of the agreement, whether it is a continuing one or whether it is a specific one. If it is a specific one, then there must be some time limit. Where time limit is also not there, then as per the law, what is the what is usual time for that? That will also be considered, right? Able to follow?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we are actually clear regarding a few terms. So what are these terms? I made you understand what is an offer, what is the acceptance, and what is the promise, then what is the agreement, and what is the enforceability, and what is contract. All these terms, actually, these are the few legal terms which I made you clear. Now let us go ahead. As I told you already, that all contracts are agreements, and all agreements are not contract. Why? All contracts are agreements, but all agreements are not contract. Why?
Because can I say so?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, when the agreement get the acceptance or enforceability from government, then only that agreement convert to contract. So that's
very good,
why all contract is can be agreement, but the all agreement is can be contract.
very good, very good.
If that agreement is not favorable as per the government rule, or means it's not
If it is not
uh,
enforced by law, then it
yes,
cannot be
yes,
a
Sir,
contract.
if
yes, that
agreement is
cannot.
not enforceable by law, then it will not be a contract.
Then
That's why
that will be
everyone.
then that will be what?
All agreements are not legal.
Very good, very good. That
It is basis on the legal and non-legal.
that
In law,
legality is,
Legalized and non-legalized.
you see, that legality is also an essential element of a valid contract. That means now I discuss few points. On satisfaction of these points, the an agreement will become a contract. If the agreement will not satisfy all these conditions, then it will not be a contract, but it will be an agreement, right?
yes.
Okay,
Sir,
so
sir, I have a query that if you want, then we can break the agreement. But is there possibility in case of contract also?
contract, we can break the contract.
I mean, agreement can be broken also, na?
if both parties are not interested. But in case
हाँ
of contract, is it possible?
You see, the agreement may be, that means may be enforceable, may not be enforceable. So if it is enforceable, that means it will become a contract. Once it becomes a contract, that means there is a legal relationship. That means the parties who have entered into contract, they have entered into a legal relationship. So you cannot break the legal relationship without any what a consequence for that. If you try to break any legal relationship, then you are supposed to face the legal consequences. अभी देखो सपोज क्या हुआ कि देयर इज एन एग्रीमेंट बिटवीन एक्स एंड वाई टू सप्लाई सपोज 100 kilo of a rice. So for that purpose another person is also ready to spare the amount, suppose 1000 rupees. So if one party has fulfilled its obligation, then another party is legally bound to fulfill his condition. If he will not fulfill his obligation, then that means there is a breach of contract, and for this breach of contract, then the other party is legally liable. That means what your legal liability arises. Okay.
Okay, sir.
If you,
Thank you.
okay. Now let us discuss what are the essentials of a valid contract. All these essential elements of the valid contract has been discussed as per the section 10, right? According to the section 10, all agreements, as I told you, all agreements are contracts if they are made by the pre-consent of the parties competent to contract for a lawful consideration and with a lawful object, and are not hereby expressly declared to be void. You see, this definition is a little bit huge and complicated. But if we will divide this entire definition into small parts, then first what? All agreements are contracts if they are made by the pre-consent. That means pre-consent is one what essentials of a valid contract. Pre-consent of the parties. Then competent to contract. That means the parties are competency of the parties to contract. That is another essential element. Then for a lawful consideration, that means a lawful consideration is another essential of a valid contract. Then
Sorry, sir,
yes.
your screen is stopped. We can see only one screen.
Okay. Now I am here regarding essential elements of a valid contract. Okay. So as I told you, that is according to the section 10, all agreements are contract if they are made by the pre-consent of the parties competent to contract for a lawful consideration and with a lawful object, and are not hereby expressly declared to be void. As per this definition which has been given by the section 10, we can divide this entire definition into small parts so that we will understand what are the essentials of a valid contract. Okay, so the first one or first important part is your proper offer and acceptance. Proper offer and acceptance. It is point one. Okay, here you see, to create a valid contract, there must be two or more parties. First thing, that a contract cannot be entered into with himself. That means with himself or herself. इसका मतलब आप खुद के साथ contract नहीं कर सकते हो. If you want to enter into an contract, then for that there must be two or more parties. Okay, and here you see one who makes the offer and the other who accepts the offer. That means there must be two parties. One person cannot make an offer and accept it. Okay, now you understand there must be at least two persons. It may be more than that. Similarly, the acceptance must be communicated to the other party. इसका मतलब if you have made the proposal or if you have made the offer to another person, then another person must accept the conditions or the proposal which you have given. So the proposal which you have given is called offer, and the another party when given his assent for that, that is called acceptance. And this acceptance must be communicated to the other party, and the proper and unconditional acceptance must be communicated to the offerer. Here you see unconditional. Why I am telling that unconditional? Because if you will put certain condition, then there will be lapse of the original offer. For example, suppose I have given you an offer that I wanted to sell you my laptop for 20,000 rupees. You will tell, sir, I am ready to give you only 15,000. That means here you have given another offer. That means the original offer has been lapsed by this. Okay, that means a counter offer has been made. That is why the unconditional acceptance, that means whenever you will accept my offer, there should not be any condition. You will not put any condition, and without any condition, if you will accept my terms, that is as a proper acceptance of the offer. Is that clear? समझ में आ गया?
Can I ask some questions?
Sure.
The agreement is comes under which sections of Indian Contract Law Act? Sorry.
You want to know the section?
Yes.
Okay, that I told you, na, agreement is coming under section 2, subsection E.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Next, let us, I'll discuss.
Sir, can you tell the article of agreements?
Article of.
Sir, contract and agreement. When you started the class, now you said that under that article, agreement and contract comes. That's why I'm asking.
Section.
Yes, sir.
Or act.
Yes.
It is Indian Contract Act 1872.
1872. Okay.
Indian Contract Act. Indian Contract Act 1872. And these are the sections and subsections which we are discussing. They are coming under that act.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Now I am giving you one example or a case.
Sir, is it a contract act or a contract act?
Contract Act.
Sir, in this PPT slide, you have write Indian Contract Act.
PPT में कहाँ पर लिखा है? There may be.
Maybe spelling mistake.
It will be Indian Contract Act.
It is contracted, so why I have been doubting.
Contract. CONTRACT. Okay. Contract Act. So here you see, just I am discussing a case that is Troy intends to sell his old bullock cart for rupees 1,000. He makes an offer to Leo on a piece of paper that he hides under the lock and key in an almirah at his godown in the shop. He does not post this piece of paper to Leo. Meanwhile, Leo buys a bullock cart from someone else. Troy gets angry and files a suit against Leo. Now you decide whether Troy succeeds in his suit against Leo. Able to understand the case, or shall I repeat?
Please repeat, sir.
Okay. So please be attentive. Troy intends to sell his old bullock cart for rupees 1,000. He makes an offer to Leo on a piece of paper that he hides under lock and key in an almirah at his godown in shop. He does not post this piece of paper to Leo. Meanwhile, Leo buys a bullock cart from someone else, and Troy gets angry and files a suit against Leo. Now you decide whether Troy will be successful in his suit against Leo.
No.
No,
sir.
sir. No, sir.
Why?
Because if in our language you say it is an agreement type, it is not contract, and that contract should be keep in both. If it is type of agreement also, they should have both copy with them, and That's why I guess it is not valid.
One thing I told you that whenever any offer has been made by one party, then it should be also accepted by the another party. And whenever it is
Exactly.
accepted, it should be properly communicated to the offerer. That is, the person who has given the offer, the acceptance must be communicated to him. But here, what is
Yes.
happened? Whatever the acceptance, it has been written on a piece of paper, and that piece of paper has been kept in the lock. And now, in the meanwhile, he buys from other. That means here you see the acceptance is a mental acceptance, and it has not been communicated to the offerer. So how the offerer will understand that there will be
Yes.
acceptance? So there is an offer,
Yes.
but there is no acceptance. So promise is
No
not made.
acceptance.
Okay, so
Yes.
promise is not made. No agreement is there. For because you
Yes.
see, an agreement will be possible whenever the offer will be accepted. Here the offer is
Yes.
made and the acceptance is made in mentally, but it has not been communicated. If there is no
Yes.
communication of the acceptance, then how we understand there is the acceptance of the offer? Okay,
Yes. Correct.
and that
Correct.
that that is why he will not be successful in his case, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Ah, so first point I have discussed. Now the second point. The first point I have discussed, that is a proper offer and acceptance. Is there any doubt? Anybody having any doubt in that? Offer and acceptance, proper offer and acceptance. The first point.
No, no, no doubt.
Yes, sir. Yes, I
Then
have few doubts. What is the
please ask.
proper format of of an offer, and what is the format of an agreement?
Okay, okay. If you are thinking like that, actually there is no format. There is no format. Any communication of the for example, it can be oral, it can be written. Okay, it can also be implied from the circumstances. So that is why there is no what a restricted format for offer and for acceptance. But it should be the acceptance should be communicated. The offer should be communicated to the other party, and the other party who will give his acceptance, it must be also communicated to the offerer, right?
Sir,
As there are
oral
two parties.
ओराल हब तो सार केमती हब मु जदी कहली मु गोटे बुल को बिकिबी से कौची 50,000 टका दबो से काली कहबो मु देबिनी बोली पैसा तो ओराल कम्युनिकेशन को आपण काली लॉ सूट रे केमती शो करिवे
हाँ, very good question. ଯେତେବେଳେ ତମେ ଯାଇକିରି ହୋଟେଲରେ ଖାଉଛ, ତମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ whenever you are taking a meal in the hotel and you are not paying for that, is there any written agreement between the hotel manager and you?
बट होटल आउ डील भितरे एग्रीमेंट भितरे डिफरेंस हमें तो ह्यूज अमाउंट हमें
Okay,
जेटी
okay. If you are telling like that, then you see what you are doing. So whenever you are going to the any any showroom for purchasing any TV or any electrical appliances, you are just going and making the payment. You are finding that this is suitable, this model is suitable for me, and I will take this. And then what you are doing, you are making the payment. After that, the shopkeeper, he will tell, no, you have selected another brand. Then also there is what law is for you, because it is not possible that always all the contracts will be made in a written form.
got it
And, but when it is required, if you see it is a dealing for land, dealing for building, at that time particularly a written agreement must be necessary. Why? Because the what Stamp Act, as per the Stamp Act, the stamp papers fixed what rate stamp paper is prescribed. In that case, the what in the proper stamp paper, the agreement should be written. But in other cases, it is any agreement, if it will fulfills all the essential elements of a contract, then it will become a valid contract. For that purpose, the agreement may or may not be in the written form. It may be oral. It may be also implied. How it is implied? Suppose in the MO bus you traveled, then it is your duty to make the payment for that. Was is there वहाँ पर कुछ agreement है, कुछ agreement नहीं है. It is implied that if you have
सेटा
availed the service,
सर
then you are
पर
supposed to make
किलोमीटर
the payment.
हिसाब रे सेटा तो गोटे डिफाइन हिची रूल ना जोटा पर किलोमीटर हिसाब रे एती टंगा नबो କିନ୍ତୁ ଯୋଉଠି ଆମର ଡିଫାଇନ୍ ନାହିଁ, ମନେକର ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ହ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ ଲ୍ୟାପଟପ୍ ବିକିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି, ତ ଥାର୍ଡ ପାର୍ଟି କହିଛି ମୁଁ ତମକୁ ଦେଇଦେବି ଏତିକି ପଇସା, ସିଏ କିନ୍ତୁ ଦଉନି 7 ଦିନ ଭିତରେ ଲ୍ୟାପଟପ୍ ନେଇଯାଇଛି। କି ଗୋଟେ ଆମ ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜେସନରେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ସେଲ୍ କରୁଛୁ, ଏତିକି ଟଙ୍କାରେ ଫାଇନାଲ କରିଛୁ, ସେଟାର ଗୋଟେ ଫର୍ମାଟ, ପର୍ଟିକୁଲାର ଫର୍ମାଟରେ ଆମେ ସେଟାକୁ ଡିଲ୍ କରିବା ନା ମୁହଁରେ ମୁହଁରେ ଡିଲ୍ କରିଦବା?
କିଛି ଫର୍ମାଟ କିଛି ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ। नो स्पेसिफिक फॉर्मेट इज व्हाट अप्रूव्ड बाय द इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्टर। इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्टर में बताता है कि कोई स्पेसिफिक फॉर्मेट नहीं चाहिए। अगर एग्रीमेंट वहां पर पॉसिबल नहीं हुआ रिटन के लिए, तो अगर इफ इट इज वर्बल, इफ इट इज ओरल एग्रीमेंट, देन ऑल्सो इट इज एक्सेप्टेबल if it fulfills all the essential elements of the contract. Okay.
Sir, one doubt I'm having.
Yes.
So if it is an oral agreement, so in that case, some party may deny that one. Yes, it is an oral agreement. I have not said that one. So how, if it is happened to a next legal matter, how can we consider that, or maybe drugs is all matter to the legal case? Because in oral there is no proof.
Of course, we know that whenever we are entering into oral agreement, there is no proof. But you see, if the party actually, who will file a case? The aggrieved party will file a case. Okay, the aggrieved party का मतलब समझ रहे हो? जो पार्टी सफर हुआ है, aggrieved party. The aggrieved party will file a case. So whenever aggrieved party will file a case against another party, that another party has not fulfilled the terms of the contract, in that case there is entire Indian Contract Act will come to in your favor. Why? Because it has been already mentioned in the Indian Contract Act, the agreement can be oral, and you will tell that the contract was oral. It was an oral contract. It was not written contract. And
right, sir. Why? Because we actually face the same problem. We had a conversation with someone, and so this was all happened orally. And right now, what it time to comes the legal matter, he said that I have not said this one, I have not said that one. So when we're going to go for the next processes, so what are the things he is going to be considered? For that reason only I asked the same.
In this process, the entire process, you see, Indian Contract Act will come in your favor. Why? As per the Indian Contract Act, it has been already mentioned that a contract need not be in writing only. So as there are different modes of a contract, so you have entered into contract orally. Okay.
Sir, but still we don't. Is there any provision? Means oral is fine if it is a small transaction, but how can we relay if the transaction cost is very high? So is there any provision can we make as a formal documentation? Can the both party will be agreement?
Obviously, if we are thinking about the safe of our side, so that whenever you are entering into any contract, you should try to make it make it written, and that means sufficient proof. Or suppose nowadays what you see, all the showrooms they are having what a CCTV cameras they have put. That will also act as evidence. Okay, if someone is dealing with you, if you record that, then that oral communication, if you have also record that, then that will also act as evidence. It is always better that whenever we are entering into contract, we should keep sufficient evidence. That means third party presence should be there. अगर कोई थर्ड पार्टी नहीं है, then you will take the help of the law, that whenever we have entered into an agreement, at that time there was no third party. Okay. Otherwise,
sir, okay, got it. Sir,
yes.
in the current era, what are the things will be considered as an evidence, like WhatsApp messages, mail, or a
yes. Nowadays you see many
sorry for the
ways of
interruption.
communication.
Sorry for the interruption. As you told the voice, but currently the AI can, if we are having a conversation, the AI, we are feeding that voice to the AI, we can ask anything, the AI can tell. So will be the voice will be still considered as a proof?
You see, truth is a truth. Okay, truth is a truth. Anyway, it will be proved. For that, don't worry. if you have tried to keep any evidence, and whatever the evidence, if any evidence is with you, then that is enough. Why? Because you see, the Indian contract has never given any emphasis on the what written part of the contract. The contract may be written, contract may be oral, even the contract may be implied. ओके इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑलवेज रिटन होगा, इसका कोई गारंटी नहीं है। कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भी रिटन भी हो सकता है, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ओरल भी हो सकता है, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भी इम्प्लाइड हो सकता है। ठीक है, तो
Sir, I have
इन
one
दिस,
more question.
हाँ हाँ,
Sir, for each and every contract, we require a advocate, or only the that agreement or bond paper will do the work?
no, actually whenever there is a lack of evidence, whenever there
Mhm.
is a lack of evidence, then you should have a what a legal practitioner, because the legal practitioner, they know what is the way to bring the truth in front of the judge.
Right, right,
Otherwise
right.
you will
No, sir,
not be
it is the
able
next process. Means when we are going to initiate the process, means starting the contract,
to,
means we are going to deal with someone. We are going to
हाँ
go with a contract paper. So by the time we have to go with a legal
हाँ,
practitioner,
it
or
is
we should go with a,
uh, you
only bond
see,
paper will do the work.
nothing, but even bond paper is not required. If you have also
Okay.
entered into any agreement with any person in any paper and put his sign, you have obtained his signature, then that is sufficient evidence.
Sir,
Legal
A4
paper.
paper is also going to do the work. Means legal paper is not required for that.
No. Legal paper is also not required. But legal papers are required whenever you are making any agreement of, suppose a land sale deed you are doing, and whenever suppose you are doing a transfer deed. At that time, certain legal specification document is required, and what is the quantum of the stamp paper, that is also what necessary for that. In that case, you are supposed to purchase the stamp paper of that requisite amount, and in that paper you need to type your contract or the agreement, and then it will be signed by the parties, necessary parties. Okay.
Okay, so if the value is more, in that case, we can go for the legal bonds or the legal papers.
Uh,
But if
uh,
it is just for normal one, A4 can paper also do.
any documentary evidence is enough. If documentary evidence will not be there, like any other, nowadays you see many communication medias are there, like WhatsApp message and any message, or any communication, any, suppose you have sent a message through any other person, that will also act as evidence.
Okay, good. Sir, that means WhatsApp chat is also going to be a part of evidence also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so next point is your lawful consideration. Lawful consideration means here you see, whenever both the parties they have entered into contract, both the parties having certain consideration. That means, for example, I have told, whenever I wanted to sell my bike to you for 30,000, my consideration is 30,000, and your consideration is my bike. That means whatever this consideration of the both the parties, this should be lawful. This should not be any what illegal thing. Okay. That means it must be supported by some type of a service or goods in return of money or goods, like that. However, it is not necessary the price should be always in the terms of money. It could be also service or another good. लेकिन whenever we are making the that means an agreement with unlawful consideration. Unlawful consideration means what? Suppose I am ready to give you 1 lakh if you will what kill my friend, one of my friend. That is what not lawful consideration. Killing my friend is not lawful consideration, or threatening my friend is not lawful consideration. For this, if I entered into an agreement with you, then the consideration is unlawful. Okay, understand? Lawful consideration. Next is your capacity of the parties to contract. Capacity of the parties to contract, that means whoever the parties they entered into contract must be capable capable of entering into contract. Then we need to understand who are the person incapable. According to section 11 of the Contract Act, or it states that uh, every person is competent to contract who is of the age of a majority according to the law to which he is subject, and who is of sound mind and is not disqualified from contracting by any law to which he is subject. That means here you see we are including three things. First thing, majority. That means a person should be major to enter into contract. That is first thing. Second thing, the person should be of a sound mind. Okay, and the person should not be disqualified from contracting by any law. Okay, by any law, if that person has been disqualified from contracting, for example, suppose a person is declared insolvent. If the person is declared insolvent, then this person is disqualified from contracting. That means that person cannot enter into contract. That means the three types of a person, they cannot enter into contract: a minor, second thing, a person of unsound mind, and third thing, a disqualified person. Now understand? These are the persons who are incapable of entering into contract. Is that clear? Yes.
Sir, disqualified, can you again? That is
okay. Disqualified person means if a person has been disqualified by any of the law of the country टू एंटर इनटू कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. कोई भी लॉ अगर आपको डिस्क्वालीफाई करता है टू एंटर इनटू कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, जैसे कि मैंने बता दिया इंसॉल्वेंसी एक्ट, तो ये इंसॉल्वेंसी एक्ट में क्या होता है कि इफ ए पर्सन इज बिकमिंग इंसॉल्वेंट देन ही हैज नो राइट टू एंटर इनटू एनी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. वो किसी के साथ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं कर सकता. इफ इंसॉल्वेंट का मतलब समझते हो ना? सपोज किसका लायबिलिटी ज्यादा हो गया और उसका प्रॉपर्टी उससे कम है and he is not able to pay his debt, then that person shall be declared insolvent by the court of law. एक बार एक पर्सन को अगर डिस्क्वालीफाइड डिक्लेयर कर दिया, कोई भी डिक्लेयर कर दिया, तो then that person is incapable of entering into contract. Right?
Yes.
Sir, it will happen all his lifetime, or it will happen once or twice. It means until and unless the court is going to go to court.
You see, whenever a person is declared insolvent, and till the person is what again there is a declaration required. That means after fulfilling the conditions, then the person will get approval from the court of law that he is relieved from the insolvency. Then that person can enter into contract. Okay. So if a person has been declared insolvent and it is in your knowledge, and whenever that person is coming to you for entering into contract, then you should ask for the document that whether he has been relieved from the insolvency or not.
Okay, that means it happens for a period of time only. So if the insolvency is going to be
it may be
complete,
for
then
a time period, it may be for entire life.
exactly, yes, it will happen with any government.
हाँ, अगर इंसॉल्वेंट सॉल्वेंट नहीं हो पा रहा है उसका लाइफ लॉन्ग, देन ही इज लूजिंग द राइट टू एंटर इनटू कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we'll discuss about the I think the time is over. Okay. In the next class I will show you good PPT. Today you are facing difficulty in this PPT. So sorry for that. In the next class I will show you good PPT.
Actually, sir, my last question. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Sir, my submission is that जो आपण जो पीपीटी बनेचंती ता बैकग्राउंड टा टिके स्टैंडर्ड करंतु एटा पूरा क्लियर देखा हो टिके बेसी कलर हो
एक्चुअली हमर एठी
तापर सर टिके आगे सर जो हम जो घंटे अलॉटमेंट हेची सेटारे आपण 45 मिनिट्स पढे कि 15 मिनिट इंटरैक्टिव सेशन फॉर क्वेश्चन करले भलो होता.
हाँ, ऑब्वियसली दैट इज गुड, बट एक्चुअली जिनस कोन हबो आमे जेतेबेले जो जिनसटा डिस्कशन करछे से जागर तमे जदी डाउटटा न पचारिबो तबे कोन हबो से डाउटटा पछुकु रहि जिवो. केते जण भी डाउटटा को पचारि परिबे नै, तार अर्थ से डाउटटा तमर लाइफ लॉन्ग रहि जिवो. दैट विल बी बैड. ऑल्दो आमे जानुचे टाइम इज द मेन कंस्टेंट. यस
सर, थैंक यू सो मच सर. आपण सब डाउट हमर क्लियर करले क्लास टाइमिंग को न देखि की.
सर गोटे क्वेश्चन थिला.
सर थैंक यू सो मच.
आज्ञा सर, जदि जणे डिस्क्वालिफाइड ହେଇଛି କଣ୍ଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟ ପାଇଁ, କଣ୍ଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟ ପାଇଁ ଡିସ୍କ୍ୱାଲିଫାଇଡ୍ ହେଇଛି ଏଣ୍ଡ ଏଇ ଅଦର ପାର୍ଟି ଗୋଟେ ତା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଟ୍ରାଏ କରୁଛି, ଯୋଉଟା କି ସେ ତା ନଲେଜରେ ନାହିଁ ଯେ ସେ ଡିସ୍କ୍ୱାଲିଫାଇଡ୍ ହେଇଛି ବୋଲି, ଦେନ୍ ସେ ତା ନେକ୍ସଟ ପାର୍ଟି ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଯୋଉ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟଟା କଲା ସେଟା ଭ୍ୟାଲିଡ ୟା ଇନଭ୍ୟାଲିଡ?
ଦେଖ ପ୍ରଥମ ଜିନିଷ କହୁଛି ଆମର ଇଣ୍ଡିଆନ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟ ଆକ୍ଟ ଅନୁସାରେ ଆମେ କହୁଛେ ଯଦି ଇସେନ୍ସିଆଲ ଏଲିମେଣ୍ଟସ ଫୁଲଫିଲ୍ ନ ହଉଛି ଦେନ୍ ଦେୟାର ଇଜ ନଟ୍ ଏ ଭ୍ୟାଲିଡ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟ। ତାର ଅର୍ଥ ତମମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଭ୍ୟାଲିଡ
qualified
କଣ୍ଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟ
in
ନାହିଁ। କିନ୍ତୁ ତମେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସେଠି as you are agreed party, if you will file a suit against that party, that it is not within your knowledge, तो तार अर्थ कौन ये तुमको अदर पार्टी तुमको गोटे जिनस कनसिल कला गोटे फैक्ट को कनसिल कला तो एटा हमर आसीजिवो कोथरे कहलो फ्रॉड मिसरिप्रेजेंटेशन मिस्टेक एई भला सब ये रे आसीजिवो बुझि पारला सेटा हमें आगे को डिस्कशन करबा से विषय रे किंतु एबे जानिबा से जिनसटा जे दैट इज कमिंग अंडर फ्रॉड जे गोटे पार्टी सपोज तार कैपेबिलिटी नहीं से जानिछि if that party has been declared insolvent then it is in the knowledge of the party that he is incapable of entering into contract and still he makes an agreement with you. That means the intention is something bad, so it is a fraud. Okay, that means if you will file a case against him you will be successful and the but the thing is that if you have paid some amount and that person is insolvent then there for the recovery you will face difficulty.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank
okay.
you, sir.
Thank you all for your cooperation in the class, and see you tomorrow in the next class.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Can you get the notes for the class?
This is the last class, I think. I think this is the last class, or is there any more class?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir. This is the last.
Okay,
Last
okay.
class.
So I am leaving the class. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Sir, how can we get all the notes, sir?
I'll send it tomorrow. I'll send it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Otherwise, you can do one thing. Tomorrow, anyone of you will give your email ID so that I will give you it in the email and you will share it to all. Okay. Thank you.